Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Observer's Everyman crossword. As ever, put the info back up now. As ever, I am doing it a week, well, publishing it a week later. So this is the puzzle number 4120 from the 5th of October. I'll publish it in a week. As you can see, that's because there's competition. I don't want to put any spoilers up there. I don't think there's anything else to say really. So I'm gonna just come up to 3 minutes on the clock. So I'm gonna crack on. Right. Earl and flipping emperor losing direction. Is that Nero without an N, which would be emperor finally lost direction. Flipping emperor finally not sure. Earl. Is that Earl Grey? Earl Grey, something to do with T. Don't know, lose direction. Round of applause, son parking with hoop as cartwheel. Well, round of applause, SP for that. Parking with hoop. Yeah, parking hoop is a loop. Spool, loop, sploo as cartwheel. Round of applause is clap, hand stand, I think that is. What is it? Not handstand, because that doesn't fit. Parking is P, and the hoop is a loop. Hand sploop doesn't really work. As cartwheel, hand. Alright, they're grounded and somewhat bemused. Somewhat could be the classic hidden word indicator, which make it REG, egro, ogre, somewhat amused. Emus? Emus are bemused, aren't they? Of course they are. According to Spinner, I'm skipping Skinnerisms, Archbishop's mutt sounded rabid. Or rabid. Poor Archbishop. There's too many letters, I think, there for an anagram. Archbishop, I don't know what that would be abbreviated to, unless it's the new Archbishop, which was Sarah Mullally. It's new Archbishop Canterbury, I think. Plot may do this, catch something from character with lisp. Plot may do this, catch something from character with lisp. No, small is S, tense is T, composer of musical is somewhere in the... Okay, composer of musical, that looks like St. Lucia. Well, I'm looking at Lucia being musical, an anagram of Lucia. But let's go St. Lucia. I don't quite understand where we lose the, because you lose is from that. Is somewhere. There are some other St. Kitts, St. Nevis. Appalling church buried in broken bones. Just an anagram. Bones, I assume with church in it, or CE. Appalling is not going to come to me at this moment. Dead, enthralling, largely skating venue where you go. Largely skating, I think that's venue where you go would be. Dead is D, or died. Largely skating. Or is it an, so does it take, is skating an anagram indicator, or is largely saying lose a letter from one of those words? Adventurous ground that hasn't been crossed. Adventurous is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 if you include the S. Ground could be an anagram indicator that hasn't been crossed. It is let's put on there. Can't be adventured, can it? Adventured. Untraversed, I think that is. Let's do the old, take the letters out then. A, D, V, E, N, T, U, R, adventurers, yeah, I think that's right. So say, untraversed, gosh. Ice cream or non-standard IC. Non-standardly, sorry, IC. Some kind of sorbet ice cream. Perhaps perhaps quiche, getting cool around a lake. Flan and fan, I suppose. There we go. Characters seen outside branches of H&M. H&M. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an H&M like that, but characters are ampersand. There's an ampersand in there, but ampersand. Why would that be? Ampersands, like characters. I'll leave ampersand there. I'm not convinced by it, but it's the kind of thing that Everyman does like to do. Topless undergarment, that may have you in a spin. Vest, pants, bra, knickers, tights. Not really undergarments, are they? Eddie and Teddy, there we are. Okay, that corner looks a bit happier than the rest of it. Denominate reforms for improvement. So is that anagram denominate, which is 3, 6, 10. Improvement is 3, 6, 11, I think. So yeah, I think it's denominate. Improvement is... there's probably a shun there, isn't there? A shun. Let's get the old pen and pad out for a moment while I denominate. Min 8. Let's get rid of my a shun, which leaves me, and got rid of one of these as well. Mend. Improvement is emendation. Is that really? I mean, you amend things. Emend things is to amend them, same as amend. So yeah, that seems to fit. Fits the anagram. Blimey heck. Emendation. Never heard of that word as in that long form. I've heard of emend, obviously. Right, let's go on to most like a pumpkin. That's as soft as can be. Most like a pumpkin. That's as soft as can be. I want to put plush there, really. Pumpkins are orange, and that's about all I can say about them. Fruitfully, or something. That's the Earl Grey Earl and flipping Earl might be an E. Flipping Emperor would be Nero. Finally lost. Doesn't really make any sense. Lost direction. Okay, I'm going to move on from that one. Spontaneity in dessert. My knowledge of desserts really comes down to being afters, which doesn't fit. Fools. We had a bomber the other day. Afters, fools, puddings. Spontaneity is not sure. Executed swashbuckling author expressing oh dear. Executed swashbuckling author, so I assume that's going to be some author who wrote about Alexander Dumas, wasn't it? Wrote the Three Musketeers. So look, Dumas article expressed oh dear. Executed doesn't really work on a okay, we're going to I'm not really sure about this hand bit up here, really. Handspring, that is, isn't it? A ring is a hoop. There we are, handspring. Okay, that's a bit happier. Means that at least those letters are correct. Regrettably, punter 8 tub of this. Is that an anagram of punter 8 tub? I think it is, probably knowing Everyman. Punter 8 tub. Where's my L from St. Lucia, though? That's not there. Saint. Which kind of makes sense, because composer musical Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's got St Kitts, St Nevis, got St Lucia, St John's, punter 8 tub. of this. It's going to be a food, obviously, isn't it? Again, not great on anagrams. Ugh, so I'll go then. Punter 8 tub. I think it is an anagram though, knowing how Mr. Everyman tends to write these clues. Oh, I've got rid of the B and the E. That ain't gonna help me much. Something butter. Peanut butter. Hey, good. That's whoo. Gosh, that was nice to get. Really. St Bartholomew, Bart's. Is St Bart's somewhere in the Caribbean? St Bart's is a hospital, I think. I mean, that doesn't have to be a saint, does it? Where am I? But small tents suggest S and T, and there are lots of saint places. Lionel Bart was I guess St Bart's, because Lionel Bart was, I think he wrote Oliver, or he directed it, I'm not sure. Right, let's go back to the Downs. Tragic figure, that's normally Iago. Every man has a go. Yeah, Iago. Soldier had intro, that's a GI, is it? To erotic French author. Soldier had intro to erotic French author. Gosh, or is it? My French author's a bit lacking anyway, but one beginning with a G. French word, even French words or French kind of culture with G's, Gigi. I was thinking tattoo, tatty. Soldier had. It suggests it needs to go in the middle, really. Intro to erotic French. I mean, I went as far as it's Jeffy like that, and that EF for erotic French goes into that, but not convinced that's where I'm going. This one, according to Spooner, okay, I'm going to have to read this on. According to Spooner, group fell under attack. 10 letters. Under attack is ambushed. Bam. Pushed. Don't really work. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. I'll take the biscuit regularly. Gosh, what's going on there? 6 and 6 again. Cookie cutter. What is that? Cookie cutter. Take the biscuit regularly. I mean, cookie cutters do cut biscuits, don't they? It's a regular shape. Cookie cutter makes it. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm going to put it in. Right, sweet tomatoes. Oh, food and drink. Terrible. May be given to a bloke. That's some kind of salad, isn't it? Sweet tomatoes. Fruit salad. Okay, sweet. Tomatoes are a fruit, and a lad is a bloke. Fruits, a lad, I think. Yeah, a lad is A is in the clue. Sweet is fruit salad. Yeah, fair enough. Predominance. I'm sounding like I've got posh cricket candy canes. That looks like an anagram, doesn't it? Predominance is ascendancy. Oh, ascendancy. Let's see if that. There's candy at the end. Is it candy? Yeah, and canes is the first bit. Yeah. So that St Bart's is kind of well, apart from that, I haven't got that first bit. St Bart's kind of fits, and Lionel Bart is the composer who likes. So I'm going to go with St Bart's. I didn't know St Bartholomew obviously would be the long version. Planes to Niagara. Not entirely getting you here. Is that Ottawa? Ottawa. No. Planes to Niagara. Falls. Niagara Falls. Jets. Jets are planes. Jets near Niagara. Jetsam. Actually, that might be wrong, mightn't it? Oh gosh. Let's take that out for now. Although, let's leave that one there just to remind me that I might want to put a P there. Planes are jets, but then are you really going to have an word ending in J? No, you're not. Let's have a look at this one. Bones with a so. I've got an E. Appalling is. It could be C for church, and then another C. Os. Okay, we're going to have planes to Niagara. Let's go on from there. King Edward is a potato. Potato. King Edward among friends. Would be a spud, wouldn't it? But among friends, pals is erudite, is learned, isn't it? King Lear. Is that right? I know. Yeah, King Lear. Learned is erudite. Ed is Edward. King is King Lear, and among friends. Ah, Ned might be. I wonder if Ned is. Ned could be that. I mean, Edward is normally abbreviated to Ed or Teddy. I don't think Ned. I'm not sure if Ned should be. Or is it just among friends is the N? Right. Might as well look at something in lattice or something. Skating venue where you go. Largely skating venue. Dead. Going to come on from there. Let's come back to that then. Could be that. Oh, it's the latrine, isn't it? The place where you go is the latrine. Why is it the latrine? Not sure. Dead is late. Largely enthralling. Largely skating is a rink. Yep, latrine. There we go. Right, we've got here Mrs. Karenina, Anna Karina. Okay, maybe it's trim legs raised. Trim is to snip, and pins are okay. The ampersands are looking good then in that case. And I'm back at the start. Yeah, okay. It's taken me 20 minutes to, well, 17 minutes to get here, but and that does look like it needs to be ampersands. What was this? 19 or something? 99 is as an ice cream. Yeah, so well, can't say that yet, can I? 99. That looks like it's an probably is going to be an NIA, isn't it? Amper Sands. Okay. That's not too bad. Planes to Niagara. Oh, NIA, Niagara, not entirely. NIA. Oh, it's just a Estonia. There we are. Estonia, good old Estonia. Right. Right. What have we got here then? Obscene. That's nice. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. Was that right? 1, 2, 3, 3 downs and 1, 2, 3, 4 crosses. Yeah, that's not bad. That one is horrible. Earl, flipping emperor, and finally lost direction. Eddie, Nero. That one I think is, I don't know, got no idea what's going on there. This is kind of interesting though, because it ends in a U. Sounded Archbishop's Mutt. Oh, Dumas isn't done, is it? Executed is okay. So Dumas, right? So Alexander Dumas, but article is the A, so we need to put oh dear, which is oh dear. Dumo, executed is Dumo. I'm assuming it's saying replace the article with oh dear. I mean, there's an O there, isn't there? Dumo, executed. And that one isn't anywhere near to solved really. So yeah, actually more than 7, is it? No, still, yeah, it's only 7. This Archbishop's Mutt sounded rabid. Rabid. I'm just gonna have like a peanut butter because I feel like I got that very quickly, but it does look peanut butter. Yeah, EANUT. Yeah, peanut butter. I don't know what's going to end in a U. This then is probably my best chance in. Plot may do this, catch. I didn't really look at this one for long, did I? Plot may do this, catch something from character with a lisp. Plot. The fact that that is all compressed is a bit disconcerting, I don't know. There's no K's in the clue that I can see briefly, so there's not a hidden word. Catch something from character with a lisp is... Okay, so it's going to be... you need to pronounce... The answer is going to be what a plot does. A word for catch, but, you know, pronounce it with a lisp. Turnkey, but lisp, 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 faking. So it's going to be something like that, isn't it? Faking, thinking, but I can't. Plot. Spontaneity in dessert. That's hard without any letters. That one I can't figure out. Executed. And I'm assuming it's Alexander Dumas I need to work with there as a swashbuckling author. Oh dear. Was it damn? Damn is oh dear, isn't it? Damn. Ground to halt, really. Earl and flipping Nero, Emperor. I'm a bit stuck on this Emperor Nero, really. And what Earl is, I don't know if Earl is abbreviated to E or EA or something. Archbishop's Mutt sounded rabid. Nothing going there. This one then is called to spin. A group fell under attack. Well, I assume this is just a spinnerism, but fell under attack is... So we need a big word for group, and then to switch it around to become fell under attack is ambushed, gang. There's a gang there somewhere, isn't there? Hanged. Gang-banged, bang-ganged, sort of thing. Fell under attack, hanged. I think there's a D there. Banged, ganged. If that was a D, for no good reason. Soldier. Is my soldier a G, a GI or not? That's hard without knowing any French authors, as I don't. There's not a lot to work with on that clue. Spontaneity is arising. So maybe that's what it's most like a pumpkin. That's as soft as it can be. I would think that ends in soft as can be. It suggests it's an ending in an EST. Most like a pumpkin. Can't see where that goes really. I'm going to take the EST out only because it doesn't really help to leave it there, and if I leave it there I may forget. Plot may do this. Plots take a turn, and they... Or is it like an allotment plot? Thicken. Plots thicken. And you sicken. Catch something is to sicken. There we are. Okay, does that help me a lot? So that's going to be the ES. Oh, I'm going to put it in now. EST. Something EST. Squashiest. Squashiest. Much like pumpkin. Soft can be squashiest. Yes, okay. Is this easy? This is just east, isn't it? Earl is E, I think. Flipping error. I think I finally lost. Final letter of lost is T. Flipping Emperor. I didn't get it. But I think that was east for a direction. This mutt sounding rabid. This, what's that? Disco, 7 letters, so what am I going to do there? Archbishop's mutt sounding rabid. This my knowledge of archbishops, so to speak, is a bit lacking in what they do. I know a bit, but not much really. This sounded rabbit. Archbishops. Mutt is a hound. Dog. Dos. I mean, there could be das, des, desolate, despair, not much you can do there. I've just filled that in with no real reason, haven't I? I'm now stuck again, really. Spontaneity is in desert. Desert or yeah, desert. That's desert, isn't it? It's not desert, or is it? Desert is double S, I think. I can never quite remember. In spontaneity, Arabian. Why'd that be spontaneity? If that was Arabian, I mean, gosh, that leaves that being a D something, S something, O something, I. According to Spoon, a group fell under attack is a group fell and then under attack. I think it's a group fell, and that gives you a word a Spoonerism that's meaning under attack. Gang banged, bang ganged. Doesn't really work. But I think there's a gang in there somewhere. Fell is. So look at that as do mass. If that's a DUM. Executed. Dumb. Did. Executed is did, isn't it? Did. Oh dear. Didums. Ah, there you are. Didums, okay. Yes, so do mass without the A. Gosh, okay. Right, well, land. Land. Under attack is... According to Spin, a group fell under attack. I mean, what is this? This is... sounded rabid. Didums is the phrase you say, oh dear. Even I'm taking that out for a second, Arabian. Mutt, is that just an anagram? It's not an anagram, mutt. It's Desmond, isn't it? It's Desmond Tutu. Okay. Why is that Desmond Tutu? It's an anagram of mutt sounded, in fact. Wow, okay. So yeah, what is this? Spontaneity in desert or desert. Aladdin. Why is that Aladdin? If it is Aladdin. Alad. I've got in on the end. I mean, Aladdin is in the desert. It could just be in from the clue there. But desert. Aladdin desert? I don't think so. Arabian desert doesn't fit anymore. Or is it desert? As in to abandon. Abandon. Yeah, with abandon. Yes, okay. So yeah, coming up to 30-minute mark, 29 and a bit. I've just got these last couple. I wonder if it's a land in here. Land. Fell under attack is land bandaged, band, dragged, ran. A band is a group. Band is a group, so that would be a badged, bagged. What did I say? Bang. A band. So that would be band becomes, so if it's band, group is a band, fell is band, sand, band sagged, sandbagged, I think that's sandbagged. Sandbagged, band, sagged. Yes, okay. Which just leaves this. Gied, I think that's GI. Had is GI'd. Intro to erotic would be an E. I'm going to go with that being the answer. I think 30 minutes, I'm not sure. I'm going to check that now. Right, there's all that stuff I need to go through, just check my things. I'm going to check that answer, see if it is a thing, and then I'm going to explain it and submit my details in private, so bear with me. Okay, I'm back. I've submitted my details. I haven't really, where am I? Oh, it's 35:28, but obviously I was finished at 33, so just over 30 minutes. I think that was 30:31. Right, let's go through the clues as best I can. I have to say, actually, one across I don't fully understand really. Earl, I don't know if that's abbreviated to EA. Flipping Emperor, ST. I don't understand. Finally lost, I think it's taking the T of lost, and well, I'm assuming the definition is direction, which is east, and we're taking the T from lost, is that. Earl might be an E, where the SA, flipping Emperor, SA as SAE. Don't know. Don't get, that's one clue I don't get today. I think everything else I understood as went through. I did check out this Gide, as is his name. I did check out St. Bart's. I will talk about those when I get there. So yeah, I think I'm okay with everything else. Right. A round of applause is give people a hand. S for sun, P for parking, standard abbreviations, and a hoop is a ring, which gives you a cartwheel, which is a handspring. I think a handspring is when you do a cartwheel with only one hand on the ground. Emus are grounded, yeah, because they're a non-flying bird that doesn't fly. Somewhat is your secondly classic hidden word indicator. That emus is a hidden word in bemused. Right, according to Spooner, so with Spoonerisms we have to switch the soundings. So the group fell, so the group is a band, and they fell is sagged, so band sagged becomes sandbagged, which is to be under attack. Got Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who was used to come up in the news a lot in the kind of 80s and 90s, and that's an anagram of mutt sounded. Rabid is your anagram indicator. A plot may thicken, and if you catch something, you are sickening. But we've got a character of a list, so they are. So someone who sickens thickens because they've got a lisp. Right, S for small and T for tense is the saint part of this clue. Composer of musical, Lionel Bart, I think, was the composer of Oliver and one or two other musicals, I think. Somewhere in the Caribbean, so I just looked up St. Bart's. And it's short for, I don't know if the pronunciation is right, St. Barthélemy, which is an overseas collective of France in the Little Antilles, which is in the Caribbean. Obscene is appalling, there's definition. Church is CE for Church of England, going in, buried in, so that's your containment indicator. An anagram of bones, broken is your anagram indicator. The latrine is where you go. Dead is late, someone who's dead is late, Late. Enthralling is saying put most of the skating venues, so the skating rink, so take the K off of rink in there. Adventurers is an anagram of untraversed. Ground is your anagram indicator. He does like that one actually, Everyman, as an anagram indicator, so look out for that. And something that hasn't been crossed is untraversed. An ice cream is a 99. I never actually passed this, did I? Or non-standardly IC. Okay, yeah. So in Roman numerals, C is 100 and I is 1, but you wouldn't write 99 as IC normally, which is why it's non-standardly. It would normally be, excuse me, I think it would normally be, um, I don't know what would be, it'd be probably L X X X X V I or something, or V L. There'll be an XIX at the end of it, I think. Anyway, that's how the clue breaks down. It's an IC, is not the normal way to write in Roman numerals 99. Quiche is a type of flan. To cool something is to fan it, putting it around L for lake. Right, characters seen outside branches of H&M. Well, we've got an ampersand in there. Characters is the branches of H&M. So I assume the branches is saying take the H and the M off of the ampersand. I don't really like that clue very much because there's only one ampersand in the clue. We're asked to get to two ampersands or multiple ampersands. Branches of H&M, I think is fair enough. Is the H and the M are the branch, the outside parts of H&M. Character scene, but really is seeing inside of it. So yeah, I'm assuming I've got the answer right, of course. On to okay. The odd, an eddy is a kind of a swirling in water or whatever, so that's a spin, something that's in a spin. Topless garments, so a teddy is a type of women's underwear, and topless is teddy becomes eddy. Denominate is an anagram of emendation. So as I was saying earlier, if you amend something, you might also, can also be spelled as emend. And therefore emendation is a version of that. Improvement is emendation, reforms is your anagram indicator. Most like a pumpkin. Well, pumpkins are a type of squash, I believe. So if they're most like it, they are the squashiest, and something that's as soft as can be is the squashiest. Spontaneity, you're doing that with abandon, and to desert someone is to abandon them. So yeah, never sure on my desserts and desserts and desserts. Right, this one's nasty. Executed, if you did something, you executed it. Swashbuckling author is Alexander Dumas, the writer who wrote The Three Musketeers, so that's what the swashbuckling bit is hinting at. Article expressed is saying take the A out of Dumas, or Dumas. Expressed. Expressed, okay, women express milk, don't they? They push milk out when they're breastfeeding and whatever. So yeah, take that out, gives you diddums, which is kind of a phrase. They are diddums, oh dear. Right, regrettably is your anagram indicator that punter ate tub is an anagram of peanut butter, and of this, well, peanut butter I suppose comes in tubs. I can't remember. Yes, it comes in tubs, kind of jarsy things. Right, tragic figure, Iago, one of the Shakespearean characters. I can't tell you which. I'm not really up on my Shakespeare, but if you ever see four letters with tragic figure, either looking at King Lear or Iago, probably. Everyman is I, A is in the clue, and go is in the clue. Iago. So that's quite a nice clue. Soldier is a GI. Had means the GI had. I had would be I'd, so the GI'd. Intro to erotic is the E, which gives you Gide. Apparently the French author is called Gide. I didn't actually look up any details on them, but there you go, Gide. Had to find out how to spell that, how to pronounce that as well. Right, I'll take the biscuit. Well, biscuit is a cookie. Regularly, so I think it's just a kind of cryptic definition that cookie cutters are used to cut biscuits. Cut biscuits in the same way every time, so you get a regular shape time and time again. I'll take the biscuit. Cookie cutter. Yeah, I think it's just a cryptic clue. Right, sweet. So fruit salad is a type of sweet you eat after as a pudding. Containing a various fruit like melons and cherries and things. I don't think you get tomatoes in them, but tomato is technically a fruit, and tomatoes are therefore fruits. Given to A is in the clue, and a bloke is a lad. Predominance is ascendancy. Crooked is your anagram indicator that candy canes is an anagram of ascendancy. Planes to Nigeria, not planes to Nigeria has the hidden word Estonia. Not entirely is telling you it's a hidden word and getting you here. So Estonia is just a place in the world. I think Everyman has been putting a lot of places in the crossword recently. I've forgotten about all the Everyman clues. We had IA go. We didn't get primarily this week. Peanut butter and cookie cutter. So yeah, that confirms cookie cutter, peanut butter. That's the rhyming pair. I missed that this week because I was still going through. King Edward is, so the king is Lear. Edward is normally Ed, I think. Among friends is erudite. Well, erudite is learned. Edward among friends must be Ned, I think. So Lear for king, Ned for Edward among friends. Yeah, it's a different way of saying it. Erudite is learned. Miss Karenina, so I don't know who wrote it now. Is it Dostoevsky? Anna Karenina, anyway, is the name of the book. Anna is her name, so going back and forth is just saying it's a palindromic name. Trim, if you trim something, you snip it. Legs are pins, put them upwards because they're raised. So pins going upwards, snip coming downwards. And we're back to the start. So there we go. That's everything done. I think the only one I can't really fully understand is east. I think everything else I unravelled there, didn't I? Not entirely sure of how the definition of cookie cutter works, but I think it's just a cryptic definition. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching.